Good evening, my friend. As the day grows quiet and the world around you begins to soften, take a moment to turn inward and receive this truth. Winning the lottery is not some far-off hope. It is already yours. The instant this desire took shape in your mind, the seed of its fulfillment was planted in the fertile soil of your inner world. Now your task is simple. Water that seed daily with the living word. Your words aren't hollow vibrations disappearing into thin air. They're creative forces, charged with the energy behind your belief. When you speak, you're not merely making conversation, you're building something. The spoken word, fused together with the conviction of already possessing, calls the unseen forward to take shape in your physical world. Each morning as you wake, let your very first words be statements of completion. I'm so grateful the lottery win already belongs to me. The prize has found its way to me. The abundance I sought has arrived. My numbers lined up perfectly, and wealth is flowing easily into my life. Don't speak these words as someone begging for a distant future. Speak them as someone describing what's happening right now. Feel the rush of triumph moving through you as you make this declaration. Picture the joy on the faces of the people you love. Feel the weight of the winnings resting in your hands. Let the scene of victory play out vividly in your imagination, even as you speak it aloud. Grasp this profound mystery. It isn't the outer world deciding your reality. It's your inner assumptions that determine it. Even if your senses whisper doubt, even if outward appearances still look unchanged, hold firmly to your spoken word. The world you're seeing is nothing but a reflection, a shadow trailing behind the light of your inner conviction. Every single time you repeat your declaration, you reinforce the structure of the reality you're building. The more often you speak it, the sturdier its foundation becomes, until physical reality has no option left but to fall in line. And don't forget the sacred power carried by gratitude. Gratitude speaks the language of possession. Give thanks for your lottery win before it's arrived physically, and you announce to your subconscious mind that it's already secured. Gratitude closes the distance between desire and its manifestation. If doubt creeps in, retreat to your inner sanctuary. Whisper your victorious words once more. Flood your mind with images of wealth already in hand. Feel the security, the freedom, the sheer joy that comes with wealth. Through this daily practice, you activate the very law governing all creation. Whatever you assume to be true becomes what you experience. The lottery win isn't something to be chased, it's something to be claimed. And you claim it through your word, your faith, and your gratitude. As you keep speaking these words day after day, know with total certainty that unseen forces are aligning around you. The wind is moving toward you, or rather, you're moving toward its visible form. Trust the process. Stay anchored in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The moment of manifestation is already written. Your lottery win is done. Speak this daily, and let your word take physical form. Thank you. The spoken word, drenched in belief, isn't just sound, it's an instrument of creation. Words carry far more weight than vocal vibrations traveling through the air. They're seeds sown into the boundless soil of the unseen realm. The moment you speak, you release a force into motion, one that gathers the invisible particles of existence and compels them to arrange themselves according to your declaration. Every word you utter carries the essence of your current state of consciousness. Spoken with doubt, Words breed confusion and delay. But spoken with unshakable belief, your words transform into living commands directed at the unseen intelligence governing all form. They tell the universe exactly what must now be arranged on your behalf. That's why your words are never idle. They carry the very authority of creation itself. Every time you affirm your desire with genuine conviction, you're impressing it upon the vast field of consciousness. You're not trying to persuade some external deity or distant power. You're directing your own creative faculty, the infinite intelligence living within you that instantly responds to your dominant assumptions. The unseen realm treats your word as law because it recognizes the authority from which you're speaking. Casually repeating affirmations without feeling or attention isn't enough. The real power comes from saturating your word with belief, with the vivid assumption that what you're saying is already true. Here's the great secret. You must speak not from wanting, but from having. The words "I am wealthy," spoken as a passing wish, carry no power at all. But those same exact words, spoken with the deep conviction of their reality, ignite the fires of creation. Your spoken word constructs a mental blueprint. Every repetition strengthens that design, reinforcing the bridge connecting the unseen to the seen. Just as a seed planted in soil needs consistent nourishment, your words need persistence too. Every declaration waters the soil of your subconscious mind until, in due season, the full harvest of your desire finally appears. Think about the power you wield every day. Through every conversation, every internal dialogue, you're shaping your own reality. Speak of lack, struggle, or failure, and you breathe life into those very conditions. But speak of abundance, success, and fulfillment, and you summon those conditions into being instead. The creative word plays no favorites. It simply produces whatever you decree. Once you fully absorb this truth, you become intentional with your speech. You understand that careless words of fear, doubt, or complaint carry just as much creative force as words of faith and victory. So you choose to guard your tongue and your thoughts, letting only what serves your desired reality pass your lips. And when you declare, "The lottery win is already mine," you're not merely hoping fate will favor you, you're announcing a fact to the creative law governing manifestation. You're instructing the unseen realm to arrange whatever channels, events, and circumstances are needed to deliver what you've already claimed as yours. Even when outward appearances seem unchanged, keep speaking with confidence, knowing the creative process is already underway. The unseen realm needs no physical proof before it acts. It responds only to the authority of your assumption, made known through your word. Finally, let gratitude accompany every declaration. Speak like someone who's already received, someone simply acknowledging that their desire has been fulfilled. Gratitude infuses your words with the highest frequency of acceptance, speeding up their embodiment in your world. Through this practice, you step into your rightful role as the operant power behind your own reality. You hold the creative word, wield it with wisdom, faith, and joyful expectation. Your word is your instrument. Speak life into your desires, and watch reality bend to your command. Words only carry power when they arise from a consciousness of already having. Simply saying the words isn't enough. The secret lies in the state you're speaking from. Your words must rise up out of a deep inner conviction that what you desire is already accomplished. From this state, Your speech stops being a request or plea. It becomes a decree, an announcement of a completed manifestation. The world doesn't respond to your needs. It responds to your assumptions. The beggar who pleads and longs is unknowingly declaring his own state of lack. His words, however filled with desperate longing, still carry the vibration of absence within them. The universe, functioning as a perfect mirror, reflects that very condition of wanting straight back to him. This is exactly why so many who pray for riches remain poor, and those who plead for health stay sick. Their words are saturated with the energy of not having. But someone who understands the law of creation speaks entirely differently. This person speaks from the end, as though the desire has already taken physical form. In their mind's eye, they've already received the prize. Their emotions already match the joy of possession. When they speak, their words aren't attempts to convince or persuade anyone. They're simply expressions of a reality they already know to be true. Here lies the great mystery of speaking from the fulfilled state. You have to mentally occupy the state of your wish fulfilled before you even open your mouth. You need to feel the joy, the relief, the gratitude, and the confidence that naturally accompanies possession. Only then do your words carry any creative power. They become living words, charged with the substance of your inner state, and they command unseen forces to arrange themselves accordingly. When you declare, "I am the lottery winner," say it as someone actually living that experience. See the winning numbers flash before your eyes. Feel the exhilaration of victory racing through your body. Hear the congratulations pouring in from people you love. Breathe in the fresh air of financial freedom. Taste the sweetness of a dream fully realized. The more real you make it feel internally, the more powerful your words become. Speaking from the fulfilled state isn't about faking anything or pretending. It's about assuming the truth of your desire so completely that your entire being resonates with it. You move, think, and speak as the person who already has what they were seeking. This inner alignment creates a vibrational match that pulls the corresponding reality into your experience. Don't worry about how or when the manifestation will actually occur. The creative intelligence living within you already knows the perfect path forward. Your only job is to maintain the state of fulfillment and let your words continually affirm it. The instant you slip back into doubt, fear, or lack, gently return to the state of completion. Speak again from the end, and let your words ring once more with certainty. Even when the outer world appears unchanged, stay faithful to your inner vision. Understand that the physical world always lags behind the mental and spiritual realm. What you see around you right now is simply a reflection of assumptions you held in the past. By persisting in your fulfilled state, you're planting new seeds, guaranteed to bear fruit eventually. Gratitude naturally accompanies fulfilled speech. Give thanks as though your desire has already been realized, and you amplify your creative power. Gratitude seals your assumption and sends a clear signal that your manifestation is done. Speak from the fulfilled state every day. Let your words echo your inner victory. You aren't hoping for your desire, you're living it right now in consciousness. And just as surely as the sun rises, the outer world will eventually conform to reflect what you already know inside. You are the operant power. Your word is law. Speak as one who has already received, and reality will bend to your decree. There's a secret door within you, a gateway built not from brick or stone, but from consciousness itself. This is your inner hearing, the silent faculty through which creation actually unfolds. Your physical ears may hear the outer world, but it's the ear of your imagination that hears the voice of creation. When you speak within yourself, softly, confidently, repeatedly, you awaken the hidden power shaping your reality. The external world you experience is nothing more than a projection of your inner conversations. Every dialogue held silently within yourself imprints directly onto your subconscious mind. Your subconscious doesn't judge, question, or argue. It simply accepts whatever it repeatedly hears as true and begins molding your outer circumstances to match. Most people unknowingly turn this power against themselves. They let inner conversations of doubt, worry, fear, and failure dominate their mental atmosphere. They speak silently of lack, rehearse disappointment, and rehearse losing before they've even started. And because the subconscious accepts these internal murmurs as fact, the external world obliges by reflecting those exact conditions back. But you, having grasped this secret, are called to take command of your inner hearing. Deliberately fill your mind with victorious conversations. Whisper to yourself daily, even hourly if needed. The lottery win is mine. My numbers lined up perfectly. I am the winner. The wealth already belongs to me. Feel these words as you speak them internally. Let the thrill of victory pulse through your entire being. Don't wait for visible proof to back up these whispers. The evidence follows the conviction. It never precedes it. The more real these inner words feel to you, the faster your subconscious moves to orchestrate their outer fulfillment. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the law of creation in motion. Inner hearing outranks outer speech. You could speak aloud 1,000 times without any effect if your inner conversation contradicts your spoken words. But a single inner statement, charged with deep belief and vivid feeling, can move mountains and reshape your reality. The subconscious responds to the feeling of reality, not to hollow repetition. As you practice inner hearing, you're planting seeds in the garden of your subconscious. Each seed carries the complete blueprint of its eventual harvest. The subconscious, like rich soil, nurtures these seeds and brings them to life. In due time, what you've heard within will bloom outwardly as undeniable experience. You might wonder, how long do I need to keep this up? The answer is simple: until you no longer feel the need to. Once your inner hearing becomes real enough, natural enough, that you're living in confident certainty of its truth, manifestation becomes inevitable. You'll recognize this state by the peace it brings, a calm assurance, present even without physical proof. The world can't resist someone who persistently hears the sound of victory echoing within. The world has to conform to the dominant vibration of your inner world. Every condition, person, event, and circumstance gets drawn into alignment with the frequency of your sustained inner conversation. During the quiet moments of your day, before sleep, upon waking, during idle stretches, turn your attention inward. Whisper your desire as already fulfilled. See the images, hear the sounds, feel the emotions. Let your inner hearing stay alive and saturated with certainty. And when doubt or fear surface, as they occasionally will, return immediately to your inner sanctuary. Cancel every thought contradicting your desire. Replace it instantly with your victorious declaration. You aren't fighting against reality. You're simply reasserting your creative authority. Always remember, the subconscious accepts whatever it hears continually. The outer world is merely the canvas your inner hearing paints upon. Guard your inner conversations carefully, and you'll shape your world according to your highest desires. Inner hearing is the secret door. Walk through it daily, and the riches of the unseen realm will pour into your life. Reality bends and shapes itself according to the patterns held within your mind. These patterns aren't formed by fleeting wishes or occasional desires. They're formed by persistent assumption, the daily, deliberate act of occupying the state of your fulfilled desire. Every assumption you make and sustain carves itself into the fabric of existence, compelling the visible world to match the invisible structure you've built within. The law of repeated assumption is simple yet absolute. Whatever you consistently assume to be true becomes your lived experience. Your world isn't responding to your passing thoughts. It's responding to the deep convictions you hold, the beliefs you nurture, and the assumptions you continually reinforce. To assume something is to take possession of it. When you assume the lottery win belongs to you, you're not merely entertaining a possibility. You're claiming it as your reality right now. Mentally, you've already entered the state where the desire has been fulfilled. From this position, you no longer seek or yearn. You simply live internally as someone who's already received. Every single day you declare, the lottery win already belongs to me. You're laying bricks into a mental structure, an invisible temple of belief that reality must eventually mirror. With each repetition, you strengthen the foundation, reinforce the walls, and complete the roof. The structure becomes so solid, so complete, that the world, acting as a mirror, has no option but to reflect its image back to you. Persistence is the master key. Many people falter because they let appearances shake their assumptions. When results don't arrive instantly, they abandon their state and slip back into old patterns of doubt and lack. But someone who understands this law stands firm. Regardless of what the senses report, they keep affirming, keep assuming, keep occupying the fulfilled state. The outer world catches up slowly, not because the law hesitates, but because you're reprogramming deeply embedded patterns. You're replacing old assumptions of failure, limitation, and scarcity with new assumptions of wealth, success, and abundance. This inner transformation happens layer by layer, like carving fresh channels into the subconscious mind. Every declaration of the lottery win already belongs to me cuts deeper into the rock of consciousness until the new pattern becomes firmly established. Understand that repetition here isn't mechanical, it's creative. You're not chanting like someone begging permission. You're assuming like someone who knows their word carries the weight of law. Repeating your assumption impresses your subconscious with authority, transforming your desire into a dominant state rather than a passing thought. The power lies not in how many times you say it, but in how deeply you feel it each time you say it. A single assumption made with conviction outweighs 1,000 empty repetitions. As you persist, your assumption becomes so natural, so self-evident, that you stop questioning its reality altogether. It feels as though it's always been true. And then, without any strain, the world shifts. Seemingly random events begin lining up. Opportunities surface. Circumstances change. People appear. The lottery numbers fall into perfect order, and what you assumed internally becomes an undeniable fact externally. The world isn't responding to chance. It's responding to your repeated assumption. Even after your desire has fully manifested, the principle still applies. All of life operates under this law. If you want to sustain your success, keep assuming your wealth, your health, your happiness as ongoing realities. Live in a constant state of fulfillment, always choosing your assumptions carefully and consciously. The law of repeated assumption is the creative engine driving your reality. You're the one operating it. Stay vigilant, stay persistent, assume the end boldly and continuously, and reality will faithfully obey your command. The lottery win already belongs to you. Assume it daily, and so it shall be. One of the greatest challenges facing the conscious creator is learning to detach from the deceptive evidence of the senses. The physical world seems so final, so absolute, yet it's nothing more than a reflection, a delayed echo of your past inner states. What you see in front of you right now isn't the truth of your present assumption. It's simply the fading residue of old beliefs you once held firmly within your consciousness. Your senses only report what's already been impressed upon the fabric of reality. They don't reveal what's currently being created. They only show what's already solidified. So judging your progress by the appearance of current circumstances is a fundamental misunderstanding of how creation actually works. You aren't here to observe reality. You're here to command it. When you declare, "The lottery win already belongs to me," you're speaking into the unseen realm, where everything first takes form. Even if the outer world still appears unchanged, even if your bank account stays the same for a while, even if the winning numbers haven't been announced yet, don't let that sway you. The instant you speak in faith, the unseen gears of the universe start turning. The machinery of creation begins moving in ways beyond your full comprehension, aligning people, events, and circumstances in perfect harmony with the state you've declared. This is precisely why detachment matters so much. You have to learn to walk by faith rather than by sight. Faith is the capacity to rest in the unseen, trusting that what's real exists first within consciousness and only later becomes visible. Attach yourself to appearances, and you live as a servant of the senses. Detach, and you rule as master of your own reality. Don't fall into the trap of constantly checking for evidence. A seed doesn't sprout because you dig it up daily to check its progress. It flourishes because you trust the process and let the invisible forces of nature do their work beneath the surface. The same holds true for your assumption. Once planted, once spoken with conviction, it needs to be left alone to gestate in the womb of the unseen. In moments of doubt, remind yourself that the outer world always lags behind the inner one. What you're seeing now is simply the harvest of old assumptions. The new crop, planted by your recent declarations, is still emerging. Its arrival is certain, though its timing follows the natural law of gestation. Your job isn't to question how long it will take. It's to stay loyal to your assumption while it unfolds. There's real freedom in detachment. You're liberated from the emotional swings plaguing those who live by sight alone. You stop reacting to temporary appearances because you know they hold no true power over you. Instead, you hold your inner vision steady, affirming daily, "The lottery win already belongs to me, no matter what the world currently reports." Detachment isn't indifference, it's mastery. It's the quiet confidence that what you've declared has to come to pass, because the law can't fail. It's the unwavering calm of someone who knows reality bends to the dominant assumption, not to momentary feelings or fleeting appearances. Even as the days pass, even when obstacles seem to arise, you stay unmoved. You understand obstacles are often just the rearrangement of conditions necessary for your desire to manifest. What looks like delay is often preparation. What seems like denial is often the universe organizing itself for your benefit. In this state of detachment, you keep doing your inner work. You persist with your affirmations. Continue your imaginal practice. Nourish your assumption with faith and gratitude, trusting that the manifestation is inevitable. The physical world will soon catch up to your assumption. The lottery win will appear as surely as the sun rises, because you've withdrawn your attention from the distractions of appearance and stayed anchored in the truth of your fulfilled desire. Detach from the visible world. Rest in the unseen. Speak your word in faith and watch the universe fulfill what you've already claimed. Gratitude is far more than polite courtesy. It isn't just the act of saying thank you for something already received. In the realm of creation, gratitude functions as the master key that seals your assumption and completes the bridge connecting the unseen to the seen. It's the final confirmation, moving desire out of imagination and into possession. When you give thanks for your lottery win, as though it's already happened, you aren't fooling yourself. You're aligning with the truth of your assumption. You're speaking to your subconscious mind in the exact language it understands, the language of completion. Your subconscious draws no distinction between what's physically present and what's vividly imagined with feeling. It responds only to the emotional conviction carried within your gratitude. Gratitude declares, it's done. It tells the unseen world there's nothing left to desire, because the desire is already fulfilled. In this state, you release all the tension of wanting, striving, and hoping. You stop reaching forward anxiously and rest calmly in the satisfaction of having already received. This inner satisfaction becomes the soil where manifestations bloom effortlessly. Many people fail in their creative efforts because they stay trapped in the energy of wanting. They repeat their affirmations but still feel lack. They visualize their desire but sense its absence. Yet the moment you step into gratitude, you shift into the energy of possession. You live emotionally inside the result, not inside the gap between you and your desire. Picture the feeling of having actually won the lottery. Visualize the moment the winning numbers get announced, matching your own ticket exactly. Feel the rush of joy, the disbelief transforming into certainty, the overwhelming relief and excitement. Now give thanks from that place as though it's already happened. Whisper to yourself, thank you for my incredible win. Thank you for this life-changing abundance. I'm so grateful, the wealth is now mine. Every time you do this, you're impressing your subconscious with the vibration of fulfillment. You're reinforcing the assumption that the event has already taken place. This repeated emotional gratitude nourishes your seed of assumption, causing it to flourish and eventually break through into your visible world. Gratitude also settles the restless mind. Living in thankfulness leaves no room for doubt to take root. Fear loses its grip because you no longer entertain the possibility of lack. You've chosen your reality and sealed it with gratitude. The mind naturally relaxes, letting the subconscious work freely without interference, and gratitude draws you into harmony with the larger creative force at work. You move in rhythm with the universal law, responding to your state of being. Gratitude keeps your consciousness elevated, your emotions light, and your attention fixed on the truth of your fulfilled desire. You don't need to force the outer world into compliance. Your gratitude guarantees it. The unseen gears keep turning, orchestrating circumstances, aligning events, and drawing the right people into your experience to play their part in fulfilling your assumption. Even as the days pass, stay anchored in gratitude. Resist the urge to question when or how the lottery win will actually arrive. That knowledge isn't necessary. Your part is simply to assume, to feel, to give thanks, and to trust. The unseen intelligence already knows the perfect timing and method for your manifestation to unfold. Each morning as you rise, start with gratitude. Each night as you lie down, let your final thoughts be thankful ones. Throughout your day, let spontaneous moments of gratitude rise up within you as though you've already received what you sought. Gratitude isn't merely the end of the process, it's the power completing and sustaining it. It transforms desire into certainty, hope into possession, and thought into physical form. Through gratitude, you declare to yourself, to your subconscious, and to the universe that it's already done. So give thanks daily. Live in the joyous certainty that your lottery win already belongs to you. And just as surely as night turns to day, your reality will unfold to reflect the truth you've so faithfully affirmed. And so, you now stand equipped with the great secret. The power was never outside of you. You hold the creative word, the authority to declare and command. You've learned to speak from the fulfilled state, not as someone hoping, but as someone who knows. Your inner hearing has become the secret door through which your desires enter this world, and through repeated assumption, you've carved a new destiny into the very fabric of reality. You've detached from the illusions of appearances, trusting that the unseen carries more weight than what the senses temporarily reveal. And finally, you've sealed your manifestation with gratitude, the highest expression of faith, the final proof that what you sought already belongs to you. The lottery win isn't something you're chasing. It exists right now within your consciousness, ready to unfold at the appointed hour. Your task is complete. Stay faithful to your inner vision. Don't let any outer condition disturb your calm certainty. Unseen forces are already at work rearranging the details of your world to bring forth the reality you've declared. Trust, persist, and rest in the joy of fulfillment. Because whatever you claim with conviction in your inner world must, by law, become visible in your outer world. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through these timeless truths. May you walk boldly in your creative power, knowing that what you seek already belongs to you. Thank you. And may your manifestation unfold with ease and certainty.